Am I the idiot for not wanting my parents to be involved in my ex's new family? I was previously married for about 8 years. While we were married, my parents seemed to never like my spouse, and more than once I had to ask them to stop saying unkind things to her. They kept pushing us to have kids, but we never did. Eventually we had some marital issues. And to be clear, I am not blaming her for these issues. It was both of us, and we're on a trial separation while in counseling, and at the time the agreement was that we were not seeing other people. However, suddenly my spouse was pregnant, and it was not possible that it was mine, as the last time we had sex was 2 months prior to her conception date. That was the end of the marriage, and I filed for divorce 2 days after I found out. My parents, knowing fully that this was not my child and that the conception was my spouse cheating on me, however, then chose to support my ex through her pregnancy. They chose to play grandparent to my ex's kid. When I told them it was an issue for me that they were so involved in her life, their solution was to lie, poorly, and now just not talk about it. I found out secondhand that not only did they go to her wedding, to the guy she cheated with, but that my father gave her away at that wedding. They now also play grandparent to her 2 additional kids with the new hubby. They go on vacations with her and her family. This has been going on for 10 years, and I feel like I lost my parents in my divorce. I can't talk to my parents because they will just lie to me like they do about seeing my ex. I found out, again secondhand, that my ex and her family are staying with my parents and are there with them today for Christmas, which explains why I wasn't invited when all my siblings were. My parents have said that they feel like I am being ridiculous and that it's their Christian duty to look out for my child, which they say is mine because we were married when she got pregnant, even if I feel like abandoning the kid is okay. They blame me for the family never being able to be together, since I won't attend family events that she's going to, which more and more is all of them. Everyone in my family has pretty much treated me as persona non grata for abandoning the family. Am I the idiot here? Am I the one destroying the family? Should I just play uncle to my ex's kids that I want nothing to do with? Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. This is disgusting. Remind them that she broke the marriage covenant, but also a commandment. Time to write the whole lot of them off. If having grandchildren is more important than their actual child, don't give them the choice. Then the original poster responded with, "It's good to hear that I'm not as irrational as they make me feel about the whole thing." Their response, during the divorce, her breaking the marriage covenant, is that I needed to really think about forgiveness and maybe learn to turn the other cheek. Comment 2. I need some more information. Do your parents know where babies come from? Like how they are made? Last I knew, they did not pop out of wedding bands. Then the original poster responded with, "Given I have 4 siblings, I would assume they figured it out at some point." Then the original commenter replied with, "Not the idiot. Your parents are bizarre. They don't like this woman and push her away until she becomes an incubator of life, and suddenly she is a daughter they've never known they wanted. Like, she became worthy once she started having children. That in itself is gross. They're latching onto her at the cost of their own child is super weird." Now for the update. 1. As suggested, I started going low contact. Essentially, I just stopped trying to maintain the contact with them and let them do all the work there. Which they haven't, so low contact has been in essence no contact. Which has both sucked and been healthier for me. I don't even know what they are doing for Christmas this year, which is actually easier than knowing they are doing something and choosing to exclude me. 2. I did print out some of the posts from last year and showed them to my therapist as suggested. He berated me for listening to people on the internet and cutting off a vital part of my support system. After 2 months of weekly appointments listening to him talk about ways to fix the relationship and apologize to my family and make amends with them, I just stopped making appointments with him. That was in March. 3. After stopping contact with my family and therapist, I found I had a really hard time, super anxious and second-guessing every interaction, even being around my friends, so I've kinda stopped seeing them either. I had a good work-from-home job, so I just started working all the time. It was good for my career and I got a major promotion in Q3. It was a large enough promo that I don't stress about money anymore, which was constantly stressed before. So spending my energy somewhere other than on my family has been life-changing. Comment 1. Okay. I am gonna be honest with you. Super proud for choosing to put yourself first. Your family are really a bunch of narcissistic aholies. Second. WTH is wrong with your therapist. That is some first-grade bullshit that she has been telling you. A good therapist should and would never tell you to apologize. Gah. Some people need their license revoked. She should have recommended going no contact a long time ago. I can only applaud you for not going to them anymore. But please find a new and good therapist or a support group to help you. Try talking to your friends, but only if they support you going no contact with family and therapist. That should be a good indicator if they are good friends. Good friends will support you no matter what. Please take care of yourself. You are worth it. And to hell with your parents and family for putting you through this. Even your ex. She should be ashamed of herself. Again, please take care of yourself. Hope the new year will bring you joy, strength, and happiness. Then the original poster responded with, I'm just not sure how to talk to a therapist, and probably how to talk to my friends, because it's just hard for me to know what to say. I feel like talking about any of this is just a quick way to end the relationship. Like they have normal families and just can't understand what I'm saying, and it just makes me look like an idiot. So I just don't know what to say and am always anxious about saying anything. I do feel like not talking to my family has changed my life a lot for the better, even if it is lonelier. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Wow, what a pathetic update. You're so proud of isolating yourself from your family and friends, and you think it's a good thing? You've clearly lost touch with reality. Your therapist was right to call you out for seeking advice from strangers on the internet instead of trying to salvage your relationships. Cutting off your support system was a foolish move, and your promotion at work won't bring you true happiness. You're just running away from your problems and burying yourself in work. It's clear you're bitter and resentful, but blaming everyone else for your own issues won't solve anything. Maybe if you stopped being so self-centered and actually tried to repair your relationships, you wouldn't feel so lonely. It's time to grow up and take responsibility for your own actions. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for not participating in my sister's funerals? I'm male 16, I live with my dad male 48, and his wife Annabelle female 30, and my half-sister Stacy female 6. At the end of November my cousin also male 16, died in an accident. I was there. He was my best friend. My aunt and uncle are devastated, although they have said a bunch of times it wasn't my fault. He was my cousin on my late mom's side, and Stacy only met him a couple of times in passing. My sister has been kind of fascinated by what happened to Dally. She had never been to a funeral before. It started pretty much straight afterwards with her having funerals for her toys. Then a few weeks ago she started having funerals for herself. She lies down and says she's died, and then Annabelle says we have to dress nicely and come say nice things about Stacy. So she lies there while Annabelle cries about how much she will miss her, and then when we've said enough nice things Stacy gets up and says she's alive and it's over for another few hours. Yesterday she did this 3 times. I can't take much more of this. Annabelle says that Stacy is conceptualizing mortality for the first time and doing it in an incredibly creative way, and I need to be supportive. She says I already conceptualized it when my own mom died and I need to be less selfish. She says my negative flow is disrupting the energy of the house and I should go stay somewhere else if I can't contribute positively to the family dynamic. I would like to be anywhere else, but the only places I could go are my grandparents, mom's side, who live in a retirement community and are very old and sick, and my aunt and uncle, and although they say they don't blame me and they love me, I don't think they should have to be around me that much right now. So I should probably toughen up and just join in Stacy's funerals. After all, I am alive and all I have is a broken arm. Sorry, thanks for listening. Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. First of all, I'm very sorry for your loss, and the fact that you were there must have been incredibly dramatic. I hope you're able to get some sort of counseling to work through this. Your sister is not conceptualizing death. She's playing a new game because her mother is positively reinforcing her to do it. Your stepmother is being incredibly insensitive. Then the original poster responded with, Annabelle says Stacy needs to see death as part of the enchanting dance of life, and so we all need to show that we can celebrate the circle of our existence. Because I am the one who has just gone through a bereavement, my reaction is the most important to Stacy. Comment 2. Sounds like your sister is enjoying the attention more than anything else. Since her mother is of no help, is it possible for you and your dad to redirect your sister towards a different outlet? You could also be appropriately frank with your sister and let her know that this is hurting your feelings. Don't shame her or tell her it's wrong. Just be honest. This is a great moment to teach your sister sympathy that her mother is missing out on. Now for the update. Thanks for your support last time. I kind of got in a bad spot after my last post and I took off by myself, and I got in a weird headspace where I was trying to talk to my cousin and just thinking of how he'd answer because I knew him really well. Anyway, Annabelle's mom found me. She posted here too, and she took me to her place and got my aunt and uncle. My uncle says that I half lived with them anyway and they wanted me home with them. It's been scary coming here because I feel like my cousin is going to come at any moment, but it's actually easier because my aunt and uncle both loved him too. Plus they actually talk to me so I don't get in my own head as much as I did at my dad's. They've also got me a therapist because they say we all need counseling. Therapist seems nice so far. Things are awkward with my dad. Think he took a lot of crap when Alice, Annabelle's mom, told everyone about what had been happening. He's mad at me because his boss yelled at him, and now he thinks he won't get the promotion he was expecting. Annabelle's mommy friends saw my post too, and now that's causing her problems. Oops. She wants us to do a guided meditation together to realign our relationship, but I told my uncle no, and he agreed. They put Stacy in therapy on advice of her teacher, and the first thing she said was she was only doing the funerals because she wanted to make me sad. I have decided I don't want to see her anymore. I'm okay. I miss my cousin. I think I always will. But I'm with good people and I will go to them for help next time and not strangers because I know that they will listen. Edit. I'm probably going to be leaving this account now as I need to focus on my real world people. But thanks for all the great advice, especially on how to keep connected to my cousin in a way that is healthy. I have actually noted down some ideas. To clarify, my dad is mad because people are mad at him, but also costs. When I spoke to him after I took off, he had a whole list of things I was going to have to do before he and Annabelle would let me come home, and I just said no, I'm moving in with my aunt and uncle. We're not no contact or anything, but I don't think he will be in my life much now. But I'm not struggling with that the way I would have expected, so it's okay. Comment 1. You're the idiot. Wow, talk about being overdramatic. Your cousin dies, and suddenly you think you're entitled to special treatment? Your sister is just a child trying to understand death, and instead of being supportive, you're being selfish and refusing to participate in her innocent game. Your stepmother is right. You need to stop being so negative and start contributing positively to the family dynamic. And now you're running off to live with your aunt and uncle? It sounds like you're just trying to cause more drama and attention for yourself. Grow up and stop acting like a spoiled brat. Your family deserves better than your selfishness. Comment 2. Wow, I can't believe a 6-year-old can be so cruel. Annabelle, I'm sorry to say, sounds nuts, and maybe the feedback she's getting from friends and family will help her change her views on grief, growth, and healing. Also, it's embarrassing that a teacher had to recommend therapy, and not her parents when she started having mock funerals. I'm glad you're getting help, and that you and your aunt and uncle have each other and can hopefully heal together. I'm so sorry for your loss. Comment 3. What the frick? I am so incredibly sorry about what you've been going through. I am so glad that a responsible adult in your family stepped in to help. How your dad and stepmom were so blinded by how harmful that was to you is disgusting. I hope you and your aunt and uncle are able to heal together and move forward as a close and strong family unit. Then the original poster responded with, yeah, I think I'd got in kind of a loop about not having somewhere to go. Things still suck without my cousin, and I'm figuring out which are the ways I can carry him with me and which are the ways I have to work out how to go on my own. It's not something we can figure out straight away, but we are going to be a team of 3 now. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.